The Golden State's billions just vanished. It's a massive financial betrayal. Let's break it down.
California Congressman Kevin Kiley, he is sounding the alarm in his home state, saying under Governor Gavin Newsom's leadership, it has become the, quote, fraud capital of America.
And we have team coverage. Our national correspondent, Alana Austin, is on Capitol Hill with more on the investigations into Tim Walz. But we start with correspondent Heather Myers, who has more on what is going on in California. A rainy day out there on the West Coast. Heather, what can you tell us?
Think about this. 92 pages of pure, unadulterated failure. That's what the California State Auditor just handed over, and it's sending shockwaves through every office in Sacramento. This investigation didn't just find a few mistakes. It blacklisted 8 separate state agencies, slapping them on a high-risk list because of a deep-rooted culture of fraud and administrative rot. We're staring at $76 billion. Can you even wrap your head around a number that big? That's cash that was supposed to fix our crumbling dams, finally get that high-speed rail moving, and help struggling families get food on the table. Instead, the audit shows this money was diverted, lost, or handed out to fraudulent claims while the bureaucrats looked the other way. You can't just write this off as political theater, because the report is nonpartisan. It's a clinical autopsy of a government that's completely lost its way and turned its back on the very people it's supposed to protect. As we dig deeper, the sheer scale of this negligence is breathtaking. It's not just a mistake, it's a massive violation of the public trust that we're all paying for. Representative Kevin Kiley isn't holding back anymore. He took this disaster to the national stage and called it exactly what it is, a total collapse of state oversight. Kiley is pointing the finger directly at the Newsom administration, specifically their total botching of homelessness programs and the 911 system upgrades. It's a slap in the face. They've allocated billions to fix the streets, yet you can't walk through San Francisco or Los Angeles without seeing the gritty, heartbreaking reality of their failure. Critics are finally saying out loud what we've all suspected. This isn't a series of accidents. It's the predictable result of a system that hates transparency and dodges accountability at every turn. Kiley's push for a federal inquiry is actually picking up steam because people are tired of being lied to. They want to know how $76 billion can just be wiped out by red tape without anyone stepping in to stop the bleeding. The focus is finally shifting toward the actual people running these agencies. The public is done with excuses. They want a full accounting of every single cent that went missing. Don't think for a second that this is just a California problem. This audit is a loud, clear warning for the entire nation. It shows exactly what happens when you let government expansion run wild without any checks or balances. While we see folks in Washington talking about cutting the fat and dismantling wasteful ideologies, the California model stands as a grim reminder of what happens when you do the opposite. The contrast is getting impossible to ignore. On one side, you have leaders trying to protect the American worker and keep the books balanced. On the other, you've got a landscape of permanent changes to our social fabric that leave most people deeply worried. This 92-page report might just be the spark we need to finally start cleaning house and getting some order back in the Golden State. But the big question remains: will the people at the top actually face the music for this $76 billion scandal? Or are they just going to keep protected by the status quo? The whole country is watching Sacramento right now, waiting to see if justice actually means anything after a fiscal tragedy this big. Ending.
This report is complete, but the fight is just beginning. Subscribe now to stand with us.